Hey guys, it's Katie here from Creativa. I just thought I'd do a quick video to show you how to upload the Memoria cutting files, SVG cutting files, once you've downloaded them from Etsy, and how to upload them to your cutting machine software. I have a Cricut Explore Air 2.0, and so I can definitely show you how to upload those files to the Cricut Design Space. I don't have a Silhouette or a Cameo or any of the other types of cutting machines that can use SVGs, so I can't show you how to do that, but I'm hoping that the process is fairly similar, and this little video might help you as well. So when you download your files from Etsy, they will probably come to your downloads folder, which is what I've got open here. And it'll probably look like this zipped folder here that says Memoria. There might be more than one zip folder. I'm not sure at this stage whether I'll need to split this folder up, but definitely the one folder, or however many folders, will all be zip folders. So the first thing we need to do is to click on that zip folder and extract all the files out of that zip folder, so then we can upload them to the cutting machine, in this case the Cricut. So I'm just going to go up here to this highlighted section of this menu that says extract, and click on that, and it'll bring up this new menu just here. And all I need to do is click on extract all, and then select the destination that I want the extracted files to go to. In this case, it's going to go straight back into my downloads folder, but it will be a new unzipped folder. So I'm going to click extract, and it will start pulling all of those files over into an unzipped folder, so then I can upload them to Cricut. So once it's finished doing that, I'll be back. So now the extraction process, I guess you could call it, has finished, and my computer's brought up this new window, and in this new window it says that it's created a new folder. So if I click on this new folder, it shows all of the folders that contain all the SVGs, because I've split them up into different folders just to make it easier. So for example, if I click on base pages, and I can see there's two SVG files in there, and one's called bracket base pages and one's called rectangle base pages. So I just go back up, you'll see that under cover, spine and binding, I've got the file called 4-page binding and spine, and 6-page binding and the cover, and 6-page spine. So as you go through all of those, you'll see all of the files, and I think there's 17 SVG files. Okay, so they're all extracted. So now if I go over to Cricut Design Space and open it up, I can upload those files. So if I click on upload down on the left hand side, and click on upload image, and click on browse, and in this case it's actually taking me straight back to those base pages in my downloads. So, but if it doesn't, you just need to navigate your way back into each one of these folders and click on the file. So I'm going to start with the bracket base page and click open. And there it is there. And so it's already given it the image a name, bracket base pages, and I'm just going to click on save. And it's just come up there, and you can see that it's already here as well, because I've already done it once before and it was a terrible video, so I'm doing it again. Anyway, so now that this file is uploaded, I can put it straight in onto the canvas in the design space, but I'll just show you once more how to upload an image. So I click on upload image, click on browse, and then click a file. So now I'm going to click on rectangle base pages and click open, and it's dropped the file in there. There it is, rectangle base pages. It's named it rectangle base pages, and I can click save. So that's the first part of the process. But the second part of the process is that we need to change any of the lines inside of an element from cut lines to score lines. For some reason, Cricut doesn't recognize that they're score lines, so we have to go in and manually tell it to do so. So I'm just going to go into this folder, into this file, the bracket base pages file, and click insert image. And it will bring it up here on my canvas, and I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so that we can see the whole thing. And don't be concerned by the scale down the side and across the top here, because I'm in Australia. I work on centimetres, so these are centimetres and not inches. Anyway, excuse me. As you can see, we've got two elements here, those being the bracket base pages. Now this one, well, first of all, let's start by ungrouping them. So I'm going to go over here to the layers panel and click ungroup so that I can deal with each element individually. Now this one here doesn't have any internal score lines, so I can leave it alone. It doesn't need anything doing to it. But this one does have these lines here, these internal ones, which are meant to be score lines. But as I said, Cricut doesn't recognize them. So if I go back over here to the layers panel, you can see that for this item, those lines are signified as cut lines, but we want to change them to score lines. So I'm going to go back over here to the left at the top where it says line type and drop that box down and change it from cut to score and click on score. And now those lines are dotted lines or dashed lines, so we know that they're score lines. And also if I look back over here at the layers panel, I can see that it's changed those lines from cut to score. Now the next thing to do is to select that whole element, so the page and the lines. So I'm just going to highlight that, and it's selected both of them, and then I'm just going to go down here and click on attach. So that will make sure that the score lines are attached to that element, otherwise it won't work. So now those are score lines, so when I send it to the Cricut to cut it out, and I've got my scoring tool in there, it will cut out my element and will also score the lines for all my tabs. So all I will do then is click on save and give it a name. And that way, if I save it as something straight away in my projects, it means I don't need to go through the process of changing those lines to score lines again and attaching it. They'll always be like that. So in this case, I'm just going to call it bracket base pages. Sorry that my typing's so slow, but I'm doing it while sort of hanging over the tripod. So I'm not in a very comfortable or easy to access place. Okay, so then I'm just going to click on save. So it's working now to save it, and it says successfully saved, and now it's changed its name up here to bracket base pages. So it's all ready to go. So I can send that to the machine to cut, and it will cut it out and put the score lines on there. Now it's really important that you do that with every one of the SVG files. It's your choice whether you want to save each of the files. Oops, sorry, I got my hand in there. Save each of the files individually. So in this case, I've just uploaded one file and I've called it bracket base pages. But the other thing you could do is upload, and then I knocked the tripod, sorry. What you could do is upload all of the SVG files and then put them all on the same canvas and save it as mini album, and then everything's all in the same place. That can be a bit unwieldy, but if you want to upsize them at some stage, you will need to do that, because you'll need them all on the same canvas and all grouped together before you make them larger or smaller. Otherwise they're not all going to fit together so nicely. But if you're just making the album in the size that it comes in, then you can save each file as a project separately, just like I've done here. So I hope that's been really helpful for you and that you don't have any problems with that. So now I'm going to start making an album and recording it and uploading it to YouTube, so that hopefully you'll be able to see how versatile the cutting files are and how easy it is to make an album, because using your Cricut and these SVG files eliminates the need to do any measuring, obviously to do any cutting because the machine does it for you, and also you don't need your scoreboard anymore because all of those lines are being scored for you as well. So it's really just as easy as cutting them out on the Cricut, burnishing the folds and sticking it all together. So I hope I see you in the next videos that come along, and I hope you enjoy the series, and thanks for joining me. Okay, bye for now.